Buenas, good morning, guys. So thank you, one, for joining in, and two, for investing in yourself. So today's a really dope topic of conversation that we're going to be discussing, and that is income producing activities as being an entrepreneur, which is very difficult to kind of draw that line in between whether this is your first time of going into entrepreneurship or if you've been doing it for a while. Everybody runs into these types of roadblocks, right? So I really want to discuss with you guys from the most basic level, from shifting to a 9 to 5 mentality. Maybe you're doing some side hustle as an entrepreneur. You're just starting off with your business. You're just getting involved in an MLM, a network marketing company, and you're trying to really draw a clear distinction between, am I doing these things with intention? Is it going to produce some income for me? Are these actually income producing activities, or am I wasting my time? Right? So I just want to start off by saying the clarity in what we're used to and shifting our mindset is big. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, this is 1000%, 30% hard fucking work, but 70% mindset and the way you're thinking about things. That's why I love to start off all these calls. You guys already know we start off our Sunday call every single Sunday with our affirmations, because mindset is everything. What you're speaking into existence, how you speak about yourself, how you speak about the future of your business, of your growth, all of that. It is a part of the process. Number one, me speaking about this, that is an income producing activity. Where do you envision yourself in 5 years, in 10 years? Are you writing yourself checks and dating them? $1 million checks, dating them for 5 years from now so that you can literally cash them? Are you sitting down in your home and closing your eyes and picturing in 5 years what your view looks like from your window, what car you're driving, the color of your shoes when you do your first closing on a property? All these things are income producing activities. You can't expect to achieve an end goal without setting an end goal for yourself. Even if right now, when you're looking at your life, it may seem like it's not tangible. It is. Only if you believe that you are willing, that you are capable, and that you are worthy of doing all the fucked up work, doing all the groundwork to get yourself to your end goal, right? So let's talk about a clear distinction between what we're used to, our 9 to 5 mentality, and shifting over into entrepreneurship, right? So first and foremost, when it comes to a 9 to 5, we're very used to being compensated for every single minute, every single second that we're on the clock, even if it's just for pennies. We know for a fact by the end of the day, if we calculate the time that we spent working, this is going to be the yields. If we do it for the week or 2 weeks or the month, this is going to be the yields. And that's why people get comfortable in that mindset, because whether or not things could be better, at least we know tomorrow it will be the same. That's security, right? That's the difference between entrepreneurship and being an employee. Are you a CEO of your business, or are you the employee of your business? So a CEO mentality and entrepreneur mentality, even if you're doing this, like I said, as a side hustle for a 9 to 5, well, really your 9 to 5 is going to be your side hustle. Your entrepreneurship life is going to be your long term. But there is going to be a time period where you're going to have to do both. This way you can have the money to allocate towards your own brand. So let's talk about whether you are starting your own business, network marketing, and how you have to shift your mindset from expecting to be compensated for every minute, every second of the work that you put in, and the difference in building your foundation, doing the groundwork, not getting paid to put work in, knowing that the success will snowball and that you will receive the yields in return in tenfold. That's the whole portion of entrepreneurship, right? So what is an income producing activity when you're an entrepreneur? Like I said, first and foremost, mindset. You should be factoring in an hour out of every day for yourself, whether it's to jump on your own training calls, whether it is to listen to motivational podcasts, whether it is to educate yourself in something that you're lacking in. Maybe you're just getting started. This is the first time you're starting your own business and you have no idea how to get your LLC started. It's up to you to feel obligated enough to do your research. Spend an hour a day to dig deeper. Ask questions. Mindset is everything, right? Whether it's to read. I take an hour out of my day every day to read. That is really big for me. And I read all different types of books, whether they're personal development books, whether they are, indigenous books, anything you could imagine. Anything that's going to fill your cup up as an entrepreneur is the most important thing. Because when you are an entrepreneur, you're not only building a brand for yourself, you're making your business duplicatable. And you can't expect to be able to pour into other people if your cup is not full at all times. So that definitely means at the end of the day, when you spent the whole day training your team and talking to your downline and talking to clients and talking to vendors, you're pouring a little bit out of yourself. You're transferring your energy. So you have to be sure that the next day you're going to refill yourself up. This way you can consistently put forth the effort that you want to put forth. Okay. Second thing that is an income producing activity, branding. This is a big part of your process. And personally, this is the number one step that I always suggest for all of my clients when it comes to starting off as an entrepreneur. Branding is key. You could have the most amazing product in the world, the most amazing service in the world, the most amazing whatever it may be in the world. But if nobody knows exactly what you're doing, if you're not clear, concise, professional, neat, straightforward, if you don't encompass yourself, your brand, because keep in mind, your brand, your business, the only way your businesses will become transferable is if you're selling yourself. So if you're not being clear in all of these aspects, then it's going to be extremely difficult to push forward and be able to make everything an income producing activity. This is the foundation, right? This is the foundation of everything that you're doing. Hold on. I just want to make sure, speaker view. So like I was saying, building your foundation, making sure that your brand is on the map, knowing that I'm putting forward everything that I can do in branding myself, make sure that my social media looks A1, because at the end of the day, your social media is your resume. It's the quickest way for you to be able to access clients. So whether you're meeting somebody at a coffee shop, because we always are networking, or if you're speaking to somebody that you haven't seen since high school, how are they going to be able to see, okay, what is it that she does? The best way, we always say this, people eat with their eyes first. So the best way to be able to do that is to encompass what you do clearly on your social media. Branding your social media, there's tons of ways to put in sweat equity without having to put in check equity to make sure that your brand is transferable on all of your platforms. Social media, your own websites, if you guys are at that point, the way you speak, how you're marketing yourself, maybe it's your business cards, all of that is super important. That is an income producing activity. As an entrepreneur, keep in mind as well, income producing activities really are rooted in the fact that scared money don't make no money, right? So that means you have to invest in yourself in this forefront of your business in order to see some type of return. That's what this is all about. That's why we tell you, that's why people explain to you. It's important that if you're just getting started off as an entrepreneur, if you're just moving forward with a network marketing business, to not quit your 9 to 5, because you need that money to flow in order to invest in your dreams. What people have a hard time doing is seeing that instead of investing in the tangible things, the bags, the shoes, all that good stuff, it's an income producing activity to invest in yourself, in your brand. But that doesn't only mean money, that also means time, effort, and energy. Those are all income producing activities. So the best way that I can explain to you guys on how to basically separate the difference between the sweat equity and the check equity is seeing how valuable your time is and if it would be worth the effort to kind of supplement that by paying it out. So for example, let's say every 2 weeks you get paid $1,000 every 2 weeks. So let's say that's two bands a month. Your bills monthly is 1,000. So you have 1,000 for extra, right? With that extra $1,000 a month, how are you allocating that towards anything that you want to grow? You don't want to be, especially as you're starting off as an entrepreneur and you're trying to build the foundation for yourself to create generational wealth, you don't want to be investing your money that loses value off the top. What are things like that? The tangibles, your purses, your bags, your cars, they're not going to make you money in the long run. The second you purchase them, they depreciate. So where are you investing that extra little bit of money that you have every month in yourself to make your money work for you? Are you investing it in buying yourself a logo? Maybe you're not a great graphic designer, you don't know how to work it, and you want your logo to be clean, perfect, seamless. You want it to be something that you can put on every single one of your videos as a watermark. You want to be able to put it on your pictures, your page, all that good stuff, and you have no idea how to do that. Try to weigh out where it would be valuable. Is it valuable for you to spend a month researching on how to be a graphic designer so that you can make your own logo and use that moving forward? Would that be pertinent to your business? Or do you feel as if you have to allocate your time elsewhere? and educating yourself in business background, educating yourself in the products that you're selling, educating yourself in proper marketing, and you would just prefer to pay somebody $200, $500, $1,000 to make the logo for you. Those are income producing activities, having this conversation with yourself. The third income producing activity that I want to talk to you guys about is evaluation of your business. This is both personal business, so you have to evaluate yourself as a business owner constantly. I do this on the daily, and grouped business. You have to evaluate yourself, your numbers at least weekly. You have to evaluate your inventory. You have to evaluate your team. You have to evaluate your progress. You have to be writing down your goals. I always like to set micro goals for myself because that's the best way that I can evaluate my own business. So I have a goal for myself every week. I wake up in the morning, I have a goal for myself for the end of the day. Every week, every month, and of course I have my 5-year plan, my 90-day plan, whatever it may be. Those are the best ways for you to evaluate your business. If you're not constantly looking at what you're doing, how your effort is being allocated, what is the yield in return, and seeing, am I doing this the right way? Are things moving the way I want them to? If you're not constantly investing in yourself and looking at this, it's going to be very difficult to make everything else afterwards an income producing activity. The biggest part about being an entrepreneur is building a strong, hefty foundation that you can snowball off of. To be completely transparent with you, when it comes to any startup business out the gate, you're looking at least a full year minimum of funding your business. If you break even by the end of that year, that's a blessing. But it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort to put into it first before you start to see the return that you're looking for. That's why we tell you this is not for everybody. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Not everybody can tolerate and handle that. Working their 9 to 5 for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and doing full-time entrepreneurship from 9 to 2 a.m. every single day. That is definitely not for the meek of heart. Same thing when it comes to joining on to an MLM, a network marketing opportunity. You have the ability to earn while you learn. So that's why I always suggest that this is the first thing that you do, especially with this company, right? You're earning while you're learning. You're able to invest in your business while also having a little bit of a cushion, a back end to support you in the same breath. So the money that you're making and building the foundation of your business, plus your 9 to 5, you should be reinvesting into yourself nonstop. Spare money don't make no money. It's the only way you're going to be able to make sure that when you have a goal for yourself, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months down the line, I want to be able to make at least a 30% return. This is the valuation of your business. You need to make sure that you're putting this into yourself. And the fourth income producing activity that we're going to discuss is educating yourself. This is coming from self-sufficiency, and this is coming from being hungry enough to find the information that you know that you do not have. We have ample opportunity to access as much as information as possible. Maybe you don't have access to internet, but you have access to your phone. So when you take a walk to Starbucks and you buy a $5 coffee, you can spend 6 hours there off of your one coffee. Investing in yourself, researching on your phone, trying to take notes, whatever it may be. Maybe you don't have access to either, which is the reality of the situation. You're working towards being able to buy these things for yourself. Ask questions. Try to surround yourself with people that you know have similar mindsets to you. People that already have grown, people who already are further ahead that you're aiming to be. Be humble enough to understand that you don't have all the answers to things. And the best way, like I say this all the time, the biggest cheat code to success is to ask questions. You have to make sure that you're hungry enough to invest this into yourself. Being educated, self-education is key to being able to make your business profitable. This is probably the number one thing that I would suggest for anybody that's looking to have income producing activities and to separate which ones are what. So yes, when you're not earning, you're learning non-stop. And that's a part of the game. So being able to make sure that you are self-educating, like we talked about, being able to make sure that you are evaluating your business, whether it's on a micro level or a bigger level, being able to make sure that you are investing in your mindset, that your mind is right, because again, this is 70% mindset, 30% hustle. And just being sure that you're writing down your goals. Again, you can't achieve an end goal if it's not tangible. And this goes hand in hand with our affirmations, right? You guys already know every single Sunday we do our affirmations. Why do we do it? because it's all four of the things that we discussed today. When you're starting a business, when you're building a business, when you're a part of an entrepreneurship opportunity, especially when you're deriving from a 9 to 5 mentality, all four of these things are crucial to your success. So it starts now. You're going to be doing the nitty gritty anyway. So it's time for you to invest in yourself. When it comes to entrepreneurship, it takes a year of hard ass work. When it comes to network marketing, I say it takes 6 months of hard ass work. It's the cheat code to the success that you're looking for. So do it 2 birds, 1 stone, because those 4 staples that we just discussed today are what are exactly going to push you and get you to the point that you need to get to in order to make your business profitable. Income producing activities. So you may not see the work that you put in, the money that you put in. You may not see the money that you want in return right away for all the work that you're putting in, like you're seeing in your 9 to 5 job. Yes, you may get paid a couple dollars an hour, but for every hour that you spend at work, you're getting paid. As an entrepreneur, being self-employed, building your own brand, you're not going to see that consistency at first, but that's the beauty of it. If you're uncomfortable, if you're pushing hard every single day, if you're getting through the hardest days, just know the end result will be tenfold. And that's the whole point of entrepreneurship. It's going to be your name. It's going to be your brand. And one of the biggest things that I love, and one of my mentors that I would consider a mentor, he discussed is that as long as you're creating history, you will always receive a return in money. Money comes and goes. But if you're creating history and you're building something that is sustainable, you will always see that return. And riches are not always monetary. And you guys already know that. And that is a part of the process. That's our call for today. Does anybody have any questions? How we looking? All right, cool. I am going to end the recording.